problem. We seem to be back. We seem to be back on track. We're back in spooky sci-fi land, um, running around and learning to breathe, like as though yoga were a video game. Um, and the name of the game is just exploration. Thank you for hanging in there. Oh, okay. There is a door over here. But see, now I'm faced with the eternal question: was there something? Because I just picked going right arbitrarily. Is there something back there I could have seen? Is there a whole other? Is there a whole other world out there that I'll never know? Well, I guess I'll never know. I suppose I can play again. I really don't remember. Yay! Thank you for hanging in there. We appreciate your patience while we watch our capture device slowly eat itself and die. Uh, Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case.
I think that was what was going on. Something was like unhooking,
Yeah,
like over and over, and that would make it stop. But if it happens again, just let me know.
yeah. We
I'm
can.
like scared to take a shower now.
No, don't worry about it. It won't be the end of the world. I'll sit here and tell a story or something if something goes wrong again. So JC, was that now when it froze? Were you still able to hear the mic? Were you still getting like the video feed and the sound from us, or was it just the game and the sound from the game was gone? I'm curious. Going down. I'm walking down the steps. Is definitely boy, you boy. Oh, it's dark. Ah, hello. Just leaving a little trail of breadcrumbs for me. Oh, okay. So there's light here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh, okay, cool. The camera's still going, but there was no sound. You could see me moving. Okay, cool. Well, that helps us to isolate the problem. We've been having a problem where something was. Well, I mean, if you heard what Herb was saying, something was sort of. We got a bad connection somewhere, and we're trying to figure it out. But hopefully, it won't be a problem for the next little bit. Okay. Visually, this is a really interesting design. But boy, it sure is kind of inconvenient. I imagine, like, the inhabitants of this little world here bumping their heads an awful lot. All these little jogs. Lots of concussions in this world. Okay. Oh, shit. It's really disorienting. Reminds me a lot of like old like black and white German expressionist films, kind of lots of Fritz Lange kind of imagery and stuff going on. I'm guessing this is right. So there's a light that's constantly moving and trying to... Ah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. That's that student film goodness. It is. It does... Yeah, JC, it is a very simple design. Yeah, it does have a lot of the that same sort of aesthetic as Mirror's Edge. It's a little more. It gets a little more textured as you go on, and oddly enough, like the design sort of makes sense as the game sort of progresses. I don't know if it carries through all the way to the end again because I haven't got all the way through it, but yeah, I think I gotta wait for the light to come back before I can go any further. Because otherwise, I don't know where I am going. It's just really, really interesting. I will fall. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall. Okay, here we go. It's so freaking disorienting. Because it's really hard to tell the shadows from the actual solid objects that you have to negotiate. And really all it is just this simple effect of a light traveling through the center of this object in the center of the room, and it really kind of fucks with my head. I guess down? Supposed to go down, maybe? Or am I supposed to keep picking my way up? I don't see a way through. Yeah, that doesn't appear to be a way through. So let's see about... See about maybe picking our way down a little bit. Boy, it gets dark. Oh no. Well, that's certainly got us a little bit further. Yeah, I don't think that there is any, the way I remember it, I don't think there's any consistent damage. Like, you don't have a health meter, as far as I know, but you can take damage. You can be hurt by things, and most usually by falling from or onto things that will hurt you. And the screen goes red, and I think it's one of those sort of... it's not like aggregate damage. It's just that if you take too much at once, then you're screwed. But as long as you sort of like, you take a hit and then get out of danger for a little while, you're okay. You can die. That's definitely a thing that can happen. Alright. I'm just sort of picking my way around. Hello, poke your eyes out. Pick a ride. How do, Mr. Man? I've watched you with Lucas a number of times, but I don't think you and I have ever spoken. Howdy. Thank you for joining, and thank you for saying hello, or hallo. Hallo. That's just as good, and in some ways even better. Yeah, okay, I'm at a loss. I have a feeling that the exit is going to be... like, the way out of this space is going to be somewhere in the... I don't think I can climb... God, just stay still for a minute! Hot dog it. Alright. I think it might be over here. Okay. No. Well, you lurk all you like. You're perfectly good to do that. I am... Okay, okay. Ah! Ah! Driving me crazy. Hang on. Let me flip this out and see if that... Okay, that helps. That helps from my end a little bit. There's a little desk lamp over here that we keep on to keep the cam from being too dark. And there we go. Let's see if that helps. Hey, there we go. That looks different. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. He said, standing in the middle of an abstracted, weird space. Touch. Excellent. Fantastico. There we go. Now something a little less drop the level of surreality to the scene here. Nice normal square hallways. That's what I like to see. To these doors. I think like when you encounter one of these closed doors, they never actually open for you. But I have this really strong image in my head, like I want one to open because I'm almost 100% positive that when it does open, it's going to make that sound, and I think you know the sound that I'm talking about, that shh kind of sound. Sound like a wet switchblade kind of sound, the Star Trek, the Enterprise door sound. Run to jump longer. I'm assuming I'm jumping this way. Ah. Please tell me that's going to come back. Alright. Ah. Oh no, I fell. Yeah, yeah. Just without the portal guns. Yeah, like a... Alright, let's see. Shit! Oh, crap. Okay. It's really, really hard to do that. I think my guiding light actually fucked me up there. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Oh no! Right at the end. I almost made it. Oh, no. I tell you, the breathing requirement, the little running and breathing mechanic, is no joke. It really will fuck you up if you don't do it. It's harder to do than it would seem. There we go. So yeah, like I think if I remember correctly, the idea is that like because like you see all these hallways, like these nice, neat sort of structures and things all throughout the game, and this is just me like imagining like what this shit is supposed to actually mean. But then you enter these spaces where all these little irregular geometric shapes kind of popping out of the walls and the ceiling. And I think that the idea is that this world, in whatever shape it's in, is sort of degrading or collapsing in on itself in some way. Like it's being like digitally, it's sort of pixelated and kind of corrupted, and it's sort of falling in and corroding and other words like that. So that's why I think it's all like that. Later on, it makes a little more sense, but this is why I wanted to play it some more, because I'm really curious about where the story ultimately goes. That I never got to anything that sort of revealed any more about who this character is supposed to be. Post-apocalyptic cubism. Yes, I'm more of a fan of expressionism and the neo-fauves and stuff myself. But yeah, no, that actually, yeah, like all these little twisted sort of areas, and then whenever you didn't get to see it because the shit was all fucked up when we were doing it, but there's this weird like sort of pixel monster that is that was chasing us in the beginning, and I think it's like it's eating or corrupting the. That's an interesting. That phrase keeps going through my head. Post-apocalyptic cubism, because like, even though cubism is about like deconstructing, there is such an order to it usually, such a particular sort of organizational system that usually kind of accompanies it. Ooh, this is cool. It's the first like really big open space that we've seen. Sort of pillory things and steps coming up. Oh, some music. Okay, yeah, that's where I came from. This reminds me of a shopping mall I was in once. I can't remember exactly where it was. Like, it reminds me of this really shishi mall that I got to go to at one point. Ah, yes. Okay. I sort of remember these things now. And it goes there. Does it matter which one we go in? Okay. Okay, I guess it didn't matter which one we went in. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I was not fast enough. And I got left in the dark. Perfect description. Given the contrast of the design, there was dark and light. Yeah. No. Your description is very apt. I think that the idea of an apocalypse being cubist, like just like the general idea, is really interesting. As a just as a thought, as a description of the game, yes, I think you're spot on. Oh, I'm gonna fall and bust my head. I'm gonna bust my head wide open. I don't know what the actual, true apocalypse might be. Should it? Oh, okay. I will follow him. Follow it wherever it may go. And it went over there. And oh, okay. I'm back in the big open space. But my well, that's really, yeah, because all of a sudden, see, yeah, this is what happens when I go and work all day and then try and do stuff like this. Because, I'm thinking to myself about, like, the entropy and the and disorder and stuff like that, and how talking about cubism being, somewhat ordered in a way, or at least having a logical kind of continuity to it. But then you think about, like, and then all of a sudden, like, Guernica popped into my head, and I don't know if you're familiar with that one or not. Although, do we really? Yeah, it's Guernica would be the example, I think. I guess this is where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, it's a very pretty game. It is. Some parts of it are very sort of thoughtful and kind of meditative in a way, and then I don't think this is where I was supposed to go, because this room, this is that big, oh no it's not, yes it is, this is that big shopping mall room that I was talking about before. I'm supposed to oh okay, I think I have an idea what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I don't know it for a fact, but I'm gonna... Okay, can't go down there. Can't do that. That's too high. I can go here. So I went in the left-hand side before. So let's go in the right-hand side this time. And I think, I am not certain, but I think the idea is to light those two towers. Guernica is the picture that, see, I'm gonna end up sounding like an idiot if I talk about it too much. I'm gonna sound like a dumbass, but Guernica was like a really was a town in during the Spanish Civil War, and Picasso painted a painting based on it, and it's all about like this horrible slaughter that occurred, and it's all about like war and man's inhumanity to man and all the horrible things that happen in it. Anyway, it's about like chaos and stuff, but it's this very cubist sort of thing. Okay, this is one of the first like really big puzzles. So that was that, and that popped into my head because I was thinking, okay, well, here's an example of like something that disproves my inability to make the cognitive connection between cubism and apocalypse. Ah, okay, that's a hole. That's a place where I imagine we will die if we fall. So we're not going to do that. Okay, so let's see what this one does. Ah, yes, okay. These things, as long as they are lit... Okay, yes, yes, yes. These blocks, as long as they have light on them, they're solid, but then when they go into the dark, they go, they go all intangible. I was going to use a really technical term, walkie-throughy, but that would have been too cutesy even for me. Okay, what are we doing here? Yeah. Just exploring. Okay, I gotta... That stays there. That makes a solid wall and gets rid of that. So that makes that. So I can get through there, but that doesn't really help me, does it? So that's okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We've lit that. Aha. Got a moving light now. Okay. Guessing I go here. Ah, yes, yes. Okay, okay. So now that. But. Okay. I think I gotta get this to go back over there. I gotta not touch that, and then go through here. And now we've got a solid block, and then don't get caught inside them or on top of them while they're disappearing. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Okay, good, good. Ah, and it opens up like a Indiana Jones. Oh no, I'm getting sucked in. That caught me a little off guard. But okay, okay. This is cool. Oh my. Going down. My, my, my. Well, we'll see, won't we? Elevator going down, going down, going down. Everybody going down, going down, going down. Alright, let's see if it's back here. Don't walk into the bright light. Ah, here we go. Oh, yeah. This is much more like, much more Metropolis-y. Yeah, wow. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, I kind of remember this. So, yeah, the whole idea is to work your way down to, like, these lower levels down here. This is coming back to me a little bit. And to try not to die. Okay. So, well, okay. It's supposed to be going down. We will, we'll take the ladder. Hey, Mr. Lucas. Lucas just walked in. Your friend from, Mr. Poke Your Eye Out stopped by to say hello. I don't think so. I don't think he's still here. I don't know. He might be. JC Space Cadet says hi, Lucas. Lucas says hey. Hey. Why'd you stand out in the rain? For no reason.
We were having a land visit, and apparently there was only so much we could do, and it wasn't needed. I was there, so I stayed. And so we literally stood out in the rain.
Oh no.
For like 2 hours, getting things staked down and like doing whatever we could. But now, like, I've got scratches on.
Yeah. Well, take you. I mean, if it's any consolation at all, I was just reading a thing about how being out in the cold and the wet actually can't make you, like, isn't usually responsible for making you sick. Yeah, well, that could be very good. Right.
I mean, I don't know what. I'm pretty sure I didn't catch it from anybody.
Well, no, I'm not doubting your feeling scratchiness. Oh, by the way, I brought the iron back today, but I'd like to take it back with me tomorrow, if you don't mind.
That jacket that I wanted to put the patches on
Is the one you wore today in the rain?
and forgot Dick Grayson's stuff.
Oh no. I thought you were gonna say it's all wet and you can't do it now.
Well, it was wet, but it would have dried, but it's not Dick Grayson's stuff.
Yeah, JC, you know how they say some people ain't got sense enough to come in out of the rain?
That's me.
It's an old southernism right there. That's our Lucas. He's spatial. He's spatial that way.
What are you playing?
Okay, I'm actually going up. This is... I tried showing you this once a little bit ago. It's... I've not been able to find a clear... explanation of exactly how the name of the game is pronounced, but... if it is indeed simply like a naissance, or possibly because it has an extra E, it would be naissance.
So, have
Which-
you ever heard of Williamson Brothers Barbecue?
No.
we went there today
Ye-
after we stood out in the rain,
Yes.
and it was so delicious.
Yes.
And the portions were huge. And I forgot not to take out food. And we just
Oh.
but we should find one and go because it was awesome.
Awesome. Don't tease me with barbecue. You know how. You know how much I desire it at all times and in all forms in my mouth.
Meat in your mouth.
Oh, well, I mean, we could talk all day about American colloquialisms, especially like being in the southern U.S. They're all we speak in sometimes. Everything is a little coded reference to something. No, I'm gonna die. And there we go. Yay! First death of the game here. That's pretty good. Oh no, and I'm all the way back at the beginning again. But we get this wonderful scene again. I'm trying to think of some for you there to see if you've heard them before. Madder Than a Wet Hornet. That's a pretty good one. That one kind of makes a sort of sense on its own, though. I think you could get. Okay, I'm gonna try not to die this time. Giggity. That's lovely. Ha 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 ha. Wow, okay, that was a hell of a jump. Okay. Was not expecting that. Madder Than a Wet Hornet. That's interesting. Okay, how about, I'm guessing this seems to be the only logical place for me to go, but I can't quite see what my destination is supposed to be if I do it. Oh, I guess that lower level, but I think, cause some of these look like they're broken, and like I'm moving my head like this, like I'm trying to see around the side. I mean, they used to say, like, what is it? Useless as tits on a... Useless as tits on a... Shit. I don't remember. It'll come to me here in a minute. Oh, God. Okay. And then I heard it actually, JC. I heard an interesting one from an Australian a while back in a story that I was listening to. They were talking about. Oh shit! God. We were talking about something, and somebody was saying, I know a lot about such and such, and the other one said, what you know about such and such, I could write on my cock with a mop. And I thought that was pretty, amusing. And that just came out that way, by the way. That was not me trying to make a very poor, weak imitation of an Aussie accent. Promise. Yes! Oh, good. Okay. So, is it left or right? Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that's a pretty good ride. Um, I love, as far as Southernisms go, I love the ones that, like, I mean, the classic one is, that everyone knows is if you're in the South and, yes, I have been instructed by several friends over the years that no one ever actually says, let's put a shrimp on the Barbie. As a matter of fact, someone likened it to the fact that like that phrase is akin to something like get her done in the South. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. The comedian Larry the Cable Guy. It's his catchphrase, "Get her done," and it is often mistaken or has been claimed that. That we say that or things like that before. I've heard people from outside the U.S. quote that as though that's something that is a common phrase, and it most absolutely certainly is not, unless it's said ironically. So, yeah, I've encountered that one a lot, and I actually heard people, not in a humorous way, utilizing the phrase crack a tube a lager. I've heard that one out in the wild before, not said to be funny. Although I'm sure it's probably kind of antiquated by now. These are all holdovers from, like, in the early 80s, like, the U.S. had, like, a huge love affair with your country. Like we were just like Australia crazy, and I remember it very vividly. Crocodile Dundee was out, Paul Hogan was a huge star in the US, and everybody wanted to go, and all of my favorite like sitcoms and TV shows were doing special episodes in Australia. Sesame Street went there, and The Facts of Life, and this is a whole bunch of, I mean, it was just everywhere. So yeah, you do hear that sometimes. Now, you do hear, you hear? Yeah, you do get that every now and then, a sort of thing. And then when you're down in, my family is all South Louisiana. I come from Cajun people, down around Morgan City and Lafayette and, all those little Cajun towns down around the Gulf, and they finish that you finish every phrase in Cajun dialect with yeah. You gonna come to dinner? Yeah. You gonna do such and such? Yeah. You gotta make sure you salt your water before you put your spoon on in. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff. Oh, hey. Wacko. Okay, yeah, I've heard them talking to you before. Black and white games, yes. Well, I wanted to play this one, Wacko. Yeah, I started it a while back, and I thought it was really pretty and cool, and then I never finished it, so I figured I would play it. And I got it as part of a whole pack of black and white games. So I thought if I got bored with this one, I might switch to one of the other black and white games that I never played. So black and white, mostly black and white. There'll be a little color here and there. But yeah, hi, I'm Pete. I'm the prodigal bear, the one who you hardly ever see. I have no fucking idea where I'm supposed to be going right now. I could try skimming across this ledge, maybe. Or I could try jumping down to that lower one. I might be able to make it and survive. But this is not. This is like... It's a fucking Escher wet dream. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, I doubt anyone even slightly under my age would even recognize the name Paul Hogan. nowadays, JC. They would recognize the movie Crocodile Dundee, but Paul Hogan as an entity has not been a household name for a while. Yeah. And yeah, we're pretty obsessed with the Hemsworth brothers here too, or at least two of them. I mean, I'm sure they're all lovely in their own way, but you talk about, you talk about the more famous two, and then you see the third one with them sometimes, and I can't remember his name, and it's kind of like, it's sort of like the Baldwin brothers here. It's like you get like two or three really good ones, and then the rest, it's sort of like you're the Hydrox, you're the B team of the family. I think they were shaking up the gene pool just a little bit too much when you get into the cry. I think they're great though. They don't always pick movies to do that I enjoy, but as far as being like decent performers, I think they're pretty awesome. Don't even talk to me about the Jonas Brothers. It broke my heart. They know what they did. All right. I am completely wandering aimlessly here. I really have no idea what my destination is supposed to be. I'm just kind of picking paths at random, and I'm assuming that eventually I will end up somewhere. I'm following the directive that was given to me at the beginning of the chapter to go down wherever possible. So that's what I'm trying to do. No. And now here I come to a bunch of stairs where I'm going up. But that's not smart. So here, I'm going to go back. Excuse me. Okay, let's try this. Okay, this is cool. This is the first, like, sort of sign of actual, like, habitation. It's like a little blocky toilet and some chairs and it's like a little living quarter. That's kind of cool. I don't remember ever seeing that before. Oh, okay, yeah, Wacko. My day was pretty good. It's rainy and kind of cold here, but it was kind of nice today. I have been out of official work for a little while. I've been kind of doing contract. I do. My gig for the longest time has been doing like design work for theater, and that was fucked up. Oh my! Look at that. That's kind of a glitch. But I think it's intentional. Oh, okay, so see, you got rained on too. That was awesome. So I went to I've been doing sewing for this upholstery and refinishing company, and sewing cushions and the pieces for upholsterers to use to do sofas for like big projects like hotels and spas and excuse me, and stuff like that. But we've been out of that work for a little while, so I've been doing like some little some piecework here and there. So I was working on draperies today, and I had to drive up to the workroom where we do the upholstery stuff, which is up in Alpharetta. Which, you know where Alpharetta then is if you live in Woodstock. You sort of know the general areas around town. So it's about 20 minutes away, about a 20-minute drive for us, but that kind of sucked getting there, and wow, look at that. Look at all that atmosphere. It's just rife with atmosphere. It's just thick with atmosphere. Anyway, so I did that, and it was kind of nice once I actually got to the space because I got to open up. It's like in a warehouse kind of area, and big industrial park, and I got to open up the big bay door, and just all this cool air, and watch the rain come down for a few hours while I sat there and cut out these huge pieces of fabric and pinned the sides and did stuff. So it was a pretty good day. I didn't get there until like noon, and then I left about 5, so it was a short day. Not too bad. That's probably more information than you were really looking to get from me. But that's how my day went. It was pretty good. And, I'm getting paid for it, so that doesn't hurt. We'll keep the wolves away from the door for another day. And it'll be good. I hope you stayed dry. I did not. Just getting from my car to the front door, I got friggin' soaked. We're all gonna be miserable and snotty for a while. Oh my god. I just love the way this game looks. I love the whole, it's just the little bits of smoke coming out, and yeah. This is such a cool. It's such a neat, no. I just got a head smooch. What's that?
I'm gonna cook something.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
Awesome, please do.
Something.
Okay, look at these things. So yeah, I was talking about earlier that they really don't seem to be like enemies in the game, but there are like these things. There are these entities that show up every now and then, and this isn't like you didn't get to see the thing that sort of was chasing us in the very beginning, but it sort of looked like this, only it was more smoky and snaky, and it was a different color. But these are like these big fucking like cubic slug things, and they seem to be eating holes in the world. Oh, so you were out in it, huh? I get you. So, Wacko, if you are in Georgia, then how come we have not, have we met you face to face then yet? Have we actually encountered you in IRL here? Or are we just online acquainted only? Which that's fine. I mean, you don't have to.
Zach says hi, by the way.
Who?
Our brother-in-law.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he called me.
Oh, he
So
did?
we talked for a little bit. Yeah.
Awesome, that's
Yeah.
cool.
He's in California working just like we were, and he's been there for 2 months.
Oh, awesome,
And he only
okay.
got to come back for the baby being born, but then after that he went right back out. He was only back for the weekend. So he's like he's feeling the way that we were feeling.
Yeah, he's ready to be home, huh?
He says hi though.
Right.
I don't know what I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook something.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, chicken or something.
Yay!
Rice, beans, chicken. Yeah.
I don't know, you think I can make this jump? Okay, good. So okay, well, yeah, you should, because we're nice people, and we tend to get along with everybody.
Every single person ever.
Every single person ever. Okay, I remember now I'm not supposed to make that jump. I think I gotta,
Hey, Wacko, how's it going? It's Herb, not Lucas. Howdy, howdy.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. It's chilly. It is rainy and chilly. That was a whole conversation about my brother-in-law. My sister just had a baby a little bit ago. Okay, I'm kind of remembering. I think I gotta do like a speed run. Oh shit. Oh, fuck a duck in the fucking head. Okay. JC, you teach? Oh, yeah? Herb says you just got a new job. Congratulations. Okay, let's try this again. Try not to die this time. Oh, that's fine, Wacko. Like, we're not exactly like. Okay. I don't remember if there's something I can do to. Oh no! She died. That's awesome. That's cool. What did I ask you already? What is it you teach? Or did you answer me and then I just missed it? Yeah, schools are about to be on break here very soon. Coming up on summer. Oh no, I'm gonna die again.
I'm gonna throw something together.
It's okay, the conversation is distracting me from my painful, painful deaths. My many, many painful deaths. Okay. No! Okay. Okay. Creep along this ledge. And this one comes out. No! In case I haven't mentioned to all of you, I kind of suck. I'm really terrible for a little while sometimes, especially when I'm being distracted. History, geography, awesome, cool. I have one of my the husband of one of my dear friends is a history teacher for grade 7 actually, which would be middle school here, or junior high depending on the structure of the particular school system that you're talking about. Grade 7, that would be like the just getting into puberty kind of kids. And he's a wrestling coach and teaches history, and boy, it's a special time. And God, crap, damn it. Business and legal studies, social studies. Okay, cool. These are all important things, and I salute you. I myself was going to be a teacher. I knew that I wanted to study theater and the arts in some way, and I just assumed that I would never be able to make a living. Oh no! I made it to the safe spot and then died. So I thought that I would teach, and then I got into college and I took my very first. Oh yes! Oh, that's awesome. They saved me. They took some pity on me. It was an invisible checkpoint. I took my first education class, and I listened to the excellent professor who was teaching it. talk about his passion for teaching and his love for it, and I started thinking about all of the really awesome and wonderful teachers that I had had in my life, and I started thinking about all of the really fucking god-awful teachers I had had who were so unhappy because they would have rather been doing just about anything else in the world except for be there with those kids. And I realized that I would rather, like, you know, not have job security and try and, like, pursue, you know, a career in what I really wanted to do rather than potentially make children miserable for the rest of my life. So I dropped out. I dropped out of the teaching program after that. But then, well, strangely enough, through a whole other series of circumstances, I did end up teaching, in a way, for children's theater for a number of years. And I actually found that I really enjoyed it. But because of the kind of theater that we did, we worked very closely with the schools and teachers and librarians, and I got to know a number of them very, very closely, and I have just an immense amount of respect for teachers, and the work that they do is just incredible. So I think that's a terrific profession, and I salute you. I'm right there with you on that. I would have hated the business world too, but for very different reasons. I'm not a numbers guy whatsoever. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. All right, Wacko. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Big love. Big furry hugs for you. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so the idea is to catch these slug things as they're moving down the wall, and then sort of maneuver down their moving bodies as you sort of... Because they disappear into one hole further down, and then he's going to reappear. Oh, there he is right there. Gotta make sure I get off him before he disappears down into the next wall. And no. I'm gonna die. Okay. Oh, I gotta heal for a second. Yeah, JC, that sounds exactly like my interactions with the business world as well, and that's part of the reason why I'm much more the touchy-feely, you know, let's all explore our feelings kind of thing. But it's good that you were able to recognize and be brave enough to be able to sort of step out of that. I mean, a lot of people get themselves into miserable situations and then end up staying there for, 25, 30 years and just being miserable their whole friggin' lives. The story I always like to tell is that, like, when I got my job at the Children's Theater, I was working for a pharmaceutical company and making like more money than I'd ever made in my entire life. Of course, I was only a few, maybe 3-4 years out of college by that point. But, oh my god. Okay. And then I got this job as the props designer for this children's theater, and I took it, and my salary went down to a third of what I was making, in the pharmacy manufacturing. Ah, gotcha. Well, still, I applaud you getting out, though. Anxiety attacks. Jeez. So you got into the low-stress, easy life of an educator. Always. No, I'm gonna die. Oh, holy shit, I didn't die. I did not die right there. Okay. But I'm moving upward, and I shouldn't be moving upward. I should be moving downward. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so apparently you can fall on these things from quite a distance and not take damage, so alright. Oh fuck! God fucking cocking dick fuck. There we go. We got another one. I'm guessing I was supposed to go down there? So then, so my question then, JC, I guess, would be, was education then, like, actually a passion for you, or was it something that you just sort of figured you could do, given your education and experience? Like, I mean, I would hope it would be. I mean, and there's no wrong. Oh, okay, go for it. Yeah. Fuck. That just about killed me. Oh, look, some lovely stairs. That was actually really kind of butthole puckering. That was, in the butthole! God's gonna put a cancer! Flames! Flames shooting out of the butthole! In the butthole! Welcome to 3BG, everyone. I want that as my ringtone, actually. That's... It's a little... All these stairs sort of leading to nowhere. Sort of expecting David Bowie to come walking out with a huge codpiece and a big Tina Turner wig. Dan, how you turn my world, you precious thing. Forget about your brother. I can't do David Bowie, so that's really kind of shitty. I don't know where to go. Here we go. Elevator going down, going down, going down. So yeah, I haven't really had any problems since you fixed it the last time. It's been good so far. Hasn't frozen up or done anything weird.
Just Windows being Windows on a Mac.
Yeah. Oh shit. We got wind. Okay. Hello.
You got a subscription.
Hey!
Who is it? It says it in the chat.
Randall Ruth the Great? Oh, okay. Hey, Randall!
Thank you for forgetting to unrenew.
Yeah. Oh, shit. What the fuck am I supposed to do? No. Okay, maybe it's not that way I'm supposed to be going. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Hey, Randall. Going A-okay, man. Just trying not to get blown off of these tiny little platforms. So it's, you know, a fairly typical day. Oh, fuck. You know, walking through a strange science fiction inspired post-apocalyptic horror zone while trying not to die. Oh my god. That is just fucking nerve-wracking. Alright. It really gets you it really gets you to be like afraid of falling. It's like there are all these okay, I don't have to worry about the wind so much right now. Oh, hi. Yeah, I am I'm the prodigal returned. I'm the mythical, the hidden bear. I'm the secret Easter egg of the of the three bears. Okay. Okay, once again, I'm completely friggin' lost. Yeah, yeah. I like to think of myself as a special treat that you guys only get every now and then. Just a little something that, you know, little something that sort of cleanse the palate a little bit. Oh my god, yeah, this is one of my favorite. I remember this area. It's so fucking cool. It's really, really lovely the way they designed this thing. It's really, really cool. Oh, look, it's Matt. Thank you very much. I felt like getting rid of getting rid of some unwanted weight on my head. Like it was getting too thick and unruly. And my beard, like, if I don't trim it every now and then, it just kind of goes feral and runs off on me. So we can't have that happening. So yeah, I had to trim it all back. I do it about once or twice a year, maybe. I get the clippers out and just kind of shave myself down, you know, make everything sleek and just more otter-like. I think it takes a few years off of me. Definitely makes it, and Herb seems to like it too. So you're not alone in that one, dude. Herb digs it. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is one of the things that I think is really cool about the design of this game. Like, it feels like there's just an infinite number of places you could go. They don't make your path obvious at all. It sort of feels like there's anywhere you could go, but really once you kind of pick your way through, there's usually only a couple of options for you to take. But it never feels like you're being led directly. There's always this sort of feeling of being lost during the game, of being like off your, you know, of being disoriented and never really knowing, you know, whether you're going the right way. Even though eventually, see, with shit like that, because eventually you figure out that if you have gone that way, then it must necessarily be the right way because you are unable to go any other way. But it doesn't feel that way, if that makes any fucking sense at all. So in that sense, it is a very, very cleverly handled game. I do not have my glasses on. Is that... Yeah, thanks, man. See, that's what I love. You always got our back, man. Oh, shit. Oh my god, and I just fucked up, and I'm dying. So everyone gets a tour. It's like running the channel on the Death Star. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. No way. No way. It started me all the way back here. That can't be right. We know you like to play the Fiend, Matt, and I hate to quash this this adorable sort of louche, uncaring kind of persona that you're really trying to cultivate. But the jig is up, dude. We know that you're a decent guy, so get over it. I just got drive-by smooched. That's the best kind of walk-by smooch. Ryan Kowalski? Is that right? Well, howdy anyway. Hello everyone who's just recently joined. This is, some artsy fartsy game. Is that the wind outside?
No, it's my booty.
All right, you Holy shit.
Yeah.
I thought that was noise coming from the game, or like my PC was suddenly like running crazy, but it was the wind
Yeah.
outside.
I have it open just a little bit.
It was the wind.
Water!
Wind hot.
Fire! Powers combined.
That song was in my head this morning. The power is yours.
Okay. Reorganizes itself. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah. Oh. Ouch. I have no idea what just happened. Oh, okay. Bye, helpful blocks. Thanks for being my stairs for a little while. How have you been, Randall? I haven't seen you in forever, man. I haven't been showing up for Warp Zone lately, so I haven't seen your face. So yeah, I mean, like, when in doubt, you just sort of head toward the light, I suppose. That seems to be a good plan. Ah! Aha! Alright. Wow, that is really kind of creeping me out. That's awesome.
I'd rather win than rain. Rain for like an hour and a half or 2 hours on site. Shit's already getting funny.
Yeah. How was the site, though? I mean, everything look okay? Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Sure.
That means we can get into the very center of it. Yeah. And then like we're further away from the boundaries, which is cool. It makes it feel, it's gonna make it feel more remote, you know?
Oh, you are? Oh, holy shit. Marietta Randall? That's gonna ride. Excuse me, folks. This is weird. This is a weird space. I feel like I'm on a tour of like a loft apartment or something. Actually, I wouldn't mind living in this. Decorate it right. So there's no kitchen or bathroom. So it's right.
Tell everybody how to pronounce that game, by the way.
What now?
Tell everybody how to pronounce that game.
Yeah, if I knew, I'd be saying it much more often. No, so those of you who have just sort of been joining, and yeah, it's kind of a trippy game. I know, yeah, it does feel that way, doesn't it, Matt? It's very good at cultivating atmosphere. It's kind of, that's sort of what it's all about. Naissance or Naissance is the title of it. It is mostly exploration and sort of puzzle solving in this sort of world that is kind of corroded and dying. You're getting you're being chastised by Matt right now, Herb.
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell him, Matt. You get him to stop picking on me. He's basically saying it's not your turn.
Oh yeah.
He's well, see, I know that the French, that the actual word, like the word for birth, is naissance, but this ends in two e's, with I believe with an accented e. So doesn't in French doesn't the second e make it give it that extra syllable, and put the stress on the final? I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm not familiar. See, in the States, we take Spanish. Not very many of us. France isn't our neighbor, so we don't study as much French as you guys do over in the Europe. So is that okay? Good. I only all I really know of French is the little bit of Cajun French that my granny taught me. So I grew up listening to that, and then like the little bits and pieces that I've picked up here just from being a person who reads and stuff. Oh, stop showing off. No, go for it. Oh, no, yes. Write French to me. Ah, it's so intriguing. I understand about half that sentence. Some of it. Maybe a little less than half of it. Maybe a third. That's about my level of speaking. I could probably... Okay, I'm going to see if I can make this. Nope. Can't survive that jump. Same baguette between my legs. Nice. Where the fuck am I? Where did it put me? I was on a lovely little apartment tour. Whatever that is smells really awesome. I don't know what you're doing, but it already smells good.
Just you wait.
Herb was like, I just farted. Alright, now listen here, boys. I don't know where you people are right now, but I'm sitting here in Merca. It's Merca. Merca right here. And we speak English over here. And often a lot of Spanish as well, depending on where in the country you are. And a fair amount of Vietnamese if you're in a certain part of Atlanta near where we live. And some Portuguese. My father knew Portuguese because he worked in Brazil for a little while. And he taught me a few words of that. I can speak Pig Latin. What post is that? I do not know of this post of which you speak. Okay, Matt, I can make a little bit of that out. That's funny. It's funny how I can. Well, I can make it out in that, like, if you have studied any of the Romance languages at all, you can kind of pick certain words apart. The parts of English that share roots with French or come directly from French, you can sort of intuit and use your context clues to figure things out. But yeah, I basically have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Again, people, we are at a point where I'm just wandering. I have no plan, no plot. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I'm just kind of moving. I believe we're still in the section where the directive was to go down. Going down. But, ooh, okay, here we go. Here's something. So yeah, for those of you who were not here for this learning portion of the game, these blocks right here, you're able to pass through when they are unlit. But when they are lit, when they're hit with light, they become solid. So this one goes there. This one goes there. So the idea, I imagine, is to get this block unlit. Yeah, so it becomes translucent. Yeah, let's try this again. So I think I missed one. Yeah, there we go. No, you're gonna trap me. Okay. So we gotta go sort of clockwise. Not clockwise, but counterclockwise. So I have to undo all these that I did already. There we go. Yeah. This game reminds me a little bit of, like, a lot of people have been making comparisons to a bunch of different things with it, but it reminds me a little bit of there are some elements that remind me a little bit of Antichamber, and I don't know if any of you have played Antichamber or not, but
That's a game you should play.
I haven't got the wherewithal to play Antichamber tonight. That one's... One of these days I'm going to sit and watch like a walkthrough of it and see if I can actually... Hey, JC's back. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. We've moved on considerably. Yeah, it's missing those color elements. There are a few little minor color touches as it goes through, but not very many at all. It's mostly black and white, or these kind of gray tones. Yeah, I'm assuming I don't have to go into all that.
Get stuff from Gabby.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. Swear. BRB whenever.
Huh?
Or BRB.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. So you thought you would go, like, you know, make your fortune in business for a little while, and then translate that into, or transfer that into sort of a less stressful career in education. That makes sense. How are because, like, I know over here, and you've probably heard this, like, unless you're working for a really, really excellent private school, teachers are compensated for shit in the U.S., in most states. Unfortunately, it's really, really sad and depressing and upsetting and really shitty, and explains a lot about how things go. I mean, how... Do you get, like, I'm not asking you for an actual number, but do you feel like, you know, are teachers fairly compensated where you are? Is it is Australia a country that really, you know, values its educational system the same way? I have no idea where to go. Okay. That's where I came out, over there. That little doorway over there. In the middle of the little sculpture garden or whatever this is. And then I ended up... went that way first. Ouch. In terms of money, we were compensated in terms of money, but we were still a long way from being a perfect system. Well, I think that can be said, you know, to be true of a lot of countries. They're still, you know, tried, but we've got a huge problem with, well, right now with people who are essentially trying to completely dismantle public education in our country, or actively working to, it seems anyway, to further foster as though the whole concept or persona of the quote unquote ugly American was something to be devoutly wished for and desired for whatever friggin' reason. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense, but that's good, and I'm glad that you found something that you seem to enjoy. You the little that you've spoken about it. I mean, it seems like it's something you can ride. I found my oh, there we go. I think that might be where I'm supposed to go. I found my the few times that I found myself teaching over the years when I was working with kids, to be really, really rewarding and a lot easier to do than I thought it would be. But that's not to diminish like the level of work. I just meant that like it felt more natural to me than I thought it would. But still, regardless, crazy respect for you there. I think that's wonderful. It's mad. Last few years, the majority of education work was compensated for shit. It's bullshit. Yeah, I know, like, but I think, like, well, I don't know, because Matt, last I heard, I mean, and I don't get to pay as much attention to this kind of stuff as I probably should, but I mean, you guys had like a financial crisis that was at least, I mean, that was more dire than ours was, back in the last decade. So I think that I don't know. Have you guys kind of mostly recovered from that? Is it a little better now? I don't know. That could definitely put the squash on stuff. The problem is we're rolling in money. We're just doing the wrong shit with it. We just got the wrong people in charge who are using it in ways that are really counter to the public good. JC, I hear a lot of teachers say that there are that one of the biggest problems they face is in communicating and getting parents and the people who are in charge of making stuff happen to understand that what it is exactly they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, I was actually really shocked. I had a good friend of mine who's been a teacher for years and years who told me about how much of her own personal money she spends every single year of her own money just to make sure that her class has the supplies that she needs, and it's into the thousands of dollars each year of just out of pocket. And I know that you can write some of that off, but this year they just changed the tax laws to sort of limit how much you can teachers can write off. So it's like, well, fuck, what do you expect people to do? What do you expect people to do? Yeah, and then you have to be a babysitter, a disciplinarian. You have to, be a time manager. You have to have eyes in the back of your head. It can be a really rough job. And then in 2015, 3 years to try and build it up again. Nothing's being done. Try and create a sustainable plan. That's a whole other big conversation, though. With I mean, we're all affected by it, but you've got like fucking. The IMF and the World Bank are just like fuckers. Yeah, and oh yeah, you had that. Was it Lehman Brothers or Goldman Sachs who fucked you guys over too? Just like they did us. I can't remember. But yeah, it was like bank chicanery and bank bullshit. Anyway, that's depressing. Let's talk about more. Let's talk about more cheerful things. Talk about the fun sides of teaching. Lehman, yeah, okay, cool. I was just listening to there's a podcast called Smartest Man in the World. That's Greg Proops. He was one of the Whose Line Is It Anyway guys for years and years, and a bunch of other television and stuff. He was the one with the curly hair and the glasses, if you ever watch the show, and the kind of nasally voice. He has an outstanding podcast where he just sits and talks and bitches about stuff and gets drunk in front of an audience and talks about bullshit. Anyway, he did a show. He did a show in Dublin, I think, and was talking to the crowd about, and the thing had aired in 2012 at the time, the one I was listening to, so they were, right in the, still in the bad part of it, and they were sort of dissecting what had happened and trying to talk about, what. Okay, I remember this. This is a puzzle that has something to do with like sound. Like, you have to be able to listen, but I'm not going to be able to do that. Worked in the public school. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's 3 lights. Matt, I loved it when it was the original. When it was the original stuff, I never really cared for the American version of it. There are a number of shows that we've stolen from the UK that I think we've done a decent job, sort of copying or making our own in a way. But there are some that just sort of that never. I think the Drew Carey. And now it's Aisha Tyler, which is a shame because I really fucking love her. Whose Line, as it exists now, is a pale imitation of the good old Tony Slattery and good old all that whole crew. I used to think it was awesome. I would sit around and get stoned with my friends in college and watch tapes of it over and over and over again and just laugh and laugh and laugh. Yeah, it hit everywhere, didn't it, JC? It was. I know that it. The Europe wasn't doing too well for a while there. I did not know that it hit. I didn't know that it hit Australia too. I mean, I know that like most of the world, except for even some of the Asian markets, I think got kind of rocked by it. I'm supposed to be listening for something, but I have no idea. See, yeah, but Matt, here's the thing. I kind of feel like, I mean, it's kind of the same thing that we tend to do with everything that we try to make an American version of, rather than sort of let something be. It feels like they got the performers to just latch on. They like tried to distill what they thought were probably the best sure bets as far as games and gags and the things that people could do. And I kind of feel like the original show, they let them experiment a little bit more. And so, like, sometimes it was just flat out bad, sometimes it just wasn't funny, but when it was funny, it was, like, super, super funny. Just pants peeing funny. Okay, it just boomed at me once. 1, 2. There's 1. Okay, and I think supposed to move down again. And I think, like, you know, the fear with American television is that they're just too they're too afraid to you know, to let stuff be bad for a little while, you know, to let stuff kind of get good or ferment, and or for there to be any kind of contrast, you know. For a comedy show. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see your comment there. So yeah, yeah. So you were absolutely you were saying the same thing that I was saying. I just didn't look at your comment before. Yeah, it's one of the it's unfortunate, but it's because of the entertainment industry and the way it works here. Stimulus package that most people received up to spending money. Retail girl. See, yeah, you know, and there were all sorts of people, JC, who were claiming, you know, that that's what we needed to do. But we've got that, you know, we got that fucking, you know, rugged individualist kind of thing running through our head. There's this idea that, like, if you're giving money away, I'm just fucking stuck in this stairwell, guys. I have no idea. I'm just going in circles. I'm trying to remember how you're supposed to navigate this, but I don't remember at all. Yeah, there's such a stigma on welfare. Oh no, you know, giving, you know, how dare we give money to the people who without really understanding, you know, what do you think these people are going to do with this money? They're going to go out and immediately put it back into the economy. You know, we're going to take it and we're going to spend it because we got to buy shit like, you know, food and socks and electricity for our homes and things like that. Stuff that, you know, the people who are running the banks don't really have to think about. I'm starting to really sound like a lefty. Yeah, I'm I'm making myself very, I should be concentrating on the game. Anyway, I appreciate I think that was a really smart move on and I think that's probably what something that would have really helped us. That okay, I'm gonna listen. See if I can hear. Because they're yeah. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm real quiet right now, but I'm listening. So those thumps have something to do with I thought maybe it might have something to do with I love how you're having a dignified conversation. Let's go. I'll make sure not to mention that to him. You can bring that up next time you talk to him if you want. He's trying to include all the people who show up. keep people abreast. I don't mind being silent for a little while. And no, you're not coming across like a complete asshat. No, you're not. Not a complete one, anyway. Huh. Ah. And there we go. That was the point the whole time. Okay, I got it. Matt, we adore you. All of us. You're magnificent. Or did I just go right back to where I was? Oh no, there was some sort of sound cue there. Okay, so there's something going on. I guess we keep working our way down. Yeah, it definitely was giving that impression there for a second, wasn't it? Matt actually sat with Herb not too long ago and watched a little bit of you streaming for the first time. That was really cool. Other than just encountering you as text in a chat window, it was nice to actually see your face and watch you do stuff. Oh, hello. Okay, that's new. I guess I jumped down. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, yeah, I can't go. Okay, here we go. It's full of little surprises here. I'm intrigued. We're getting into territory that I don't remember anymore. Like, I vaguely remembered like all those sort of city areas, but I'm guessing that lens flare there is a cue to sort of tell me that's the right general direction. I mean, it's got to be, right? Sort of say, this is the way you need to be going. Okay. We're back in another apartment with no exit. Am I supposed to go out the window? Can I go out the window? Oh, shit. Why, indeed I can. Oh, that hurt. And... okay, yeah, that's all places where I was before. Okay. Well, we're definitely moving on a little bit. One hopes, anyway. I want more of those little... let's try going up. Okay. That's definitely something. more of those disappearing kind of sort of slightly ephemeral kind of blockies. Oh, hello. I love it when games do that, where there's not a direct sort of tutorial for stuff, but where they show you a little thing and then that thing becomes a mechanic later on. Of course, I still don't know what this does, but... So yeah, the stripy blocks don't like the light. Ah ha ha ha. Clever. Okay, so we're trying to block the... Okay, I see. Yeah, it was all jumpy, wasn't he? That one was less complicated. Definitely, and it opens that up. Okay, cool. Like, are you well acquainted? Is that a sound that you're very familiar with, JC? You have some amorous haunting in your home? This suddenly does not feel right. I kind of feel like I made a wrong decision. Yeah. I think this is not where I was supposed to go. Shit. Well, bye, cruel world. Excuse me while I take a little sip of water. Lucky you, JC. Lucky you indeed. All right. Well, it looks like we have to go and do all that bullshit again. Yep. Don't drink a pint of cold brew coffee before bed. You know, but here's the nice thing, Matt. You were able to take that experience and learn from it, and then translate it into this pearl of wisdom that you have shared with us. I'm very proud of you. You know, it's not about whether or not we make mistakes. It's about what we do with them when we're... Now, does anybody remember... I don't remember what I did to make this happen last time. I think... Okay, so he's running in between these two lights. And then it sends... Okay, so it's pretty simple. It sends him down into the hole. No caffeine after 7. Yeah, when I started on some blood pressure medicine not too long ago, and I had to cut my caffeine. I was never a big coffee drinker, but I gotta tell you, being from the South, man, it's all about the iced tea. And I do miss it sometimes. That was my problem the whole time. I was supposed to wait and get on the elevator. Excuse me for 1 second, boys. I'm gonna show you my belly while I stand up. And girls, and indeterminate, and undecided. There we go. Sorry, didn't mean to assume anything about anybody. Okay. Let's turn that volume down just a hair. Although we do have some lovely music going. Let's see. So, for those of you who missed that part in the early parting of the game, whenever you sprint, she starts, your character, Lucy is her name, begins breathing heavily, and you have to click the mouse in time with the breath to inhale deeply, otherwise you pass out when you're running. And it adds a little extra flair to the my nipple pocket, my marsupial, all of a sudden makes me feel very right. No, yes. Well, thank you. Oh, I'm glad you like the hair, Matt. I'm very happy with it. I usually just buzz it completely down, and then I just don't have to worry about it. But I get intrigued every now and then with doing something, a little more creative with it. So I decided to keep a little stripe of it, just so I have something to play with, because I end up most of the time, if I'm sitting anywhere and my hands aren't doing anything, I'm grabbing the beard and twisting it and braiding it and doing weird stuff with it. But I didn't want to be completely bald, because it leaves me with no options. So that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate your I appreciate your appreciation of it. We are all, I can tell right now, just because of the weather, we're all going to be hacking and coughing for the next 2-3 days. Lucas, who seems to be coming down with a cold, and my my seasonal allergies are just ugh. Fech. My goodness. Well, if you ever come to the USJC, I will let you grab my beard if you want. I'm very amenable to people touching the beard, especially when it's really long. I don't mind, as long as people's hands are clean, and as long as they ask beforehand. What I don't like is when people just come up and grab it, without saying anything first, and they just come up and just put their hands on it. Especially women. Women like to come up to me all the time, and they want to grab my hair. And oddly enough, lately, a lot of African American women have seemed to show an appreciation for it and want to grab my beard without asking me beforehand, which is, oh no. Oh, denied. Which, given most of the black girls that I know and their often professed issues with people wanting to come and touch their hair, you would think they would have a better understanding of personal space like that. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's sort of it's kind of an off-kilter kind of justice. At any rate, I really don't mind breath compression. That's going to be interesting. This is all fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like people touching that without asking either. The very least, you gotta buy me a drink first. But, so you've got an open invitation, JC. You ever make it out this way, or if I ever make it out yours, you can get a big fistful of my beard and see. It's actually very soft right now. After I cut it yesterday, I oiled it up really nicely. And I've got this stuff that's actually made for hair, but it's a tea tree and peppermint kind of spritz on leave-in conditioner oil kind of thing. And I have this boar bristle brush that I put it and I spritz it on and I brush it through and it makes it all shiny and soft. And right now it's very touchable, but most of the time when I'm working really hard it feels like shredded wheat. So it's... Matt, I know you're not. Any of the other folks out there bearded? Anybody else? Anybody else in the beard club? Just curious. It doesn't really matter. Oh my. Hello. Oh, that does not look friendly. I'm gonna take it from that response, the bearded console, that you are of the more hirsute clan. Okay, this is not. I don't know if this is gonna be safe to walk across or not, but I'm gonna give it a shot. See how it goes. Oh my god! So it was building up to something, but it was waiting for me. Waiting for me to do my thing. Shaved it for work. Yeah, I've had to do that a number of times in different places, or at least keep it to a certain length, or do things like that. And that's part of the reason why I start. Oh, there's more. Why I started doing, yes, and that would be an obstacle that I will need to make it across. Okay, I understand. Okay. Yep, there we go. Dead. But I feel you guys not being able to have Chewbacca everywhere else. I'm not Chewbacca. Although I appreciate a good pelt. Okay. So I'm guessing I have to avoid the big... Oh shit, okay. Wow, this is... Ow. Oh, fuck. I would say that I'm nicely furred myself. Well, you should be. I'm all about, like, I'm all about fuzz, man. I think that there's really, like, a decent, a really, like, even a bad beard, for me, can turn, like, a 2 into a 7, just like that, you know, just flat. Like, a beard is instant, you know, +2 to charisma for me. I'm all about the facial hair.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you know, the fur elsewhere too is also awesome. I salute and applaud the oh fuck, and I died again. Yeah, you know, look, console. That's something that I've always kind of found weird. Ah, bless your heart. Thank you. I got gifted with some candy, y'all. I've never found it to be like hair on the back has never really been a problem for me. Like, and people get so self-conscious and kind of worked up about it, and I'm sort of like, why? It's like, it's something you already like, but just because it's it's like, you like hair on the front, why wouldn't you enjoy, like, having some on the back? I don't know.
Fuzzy and cute.
I think it's cute. It don't bother me at all. Shoulders, wherever, you know? Wherever you're fuzzy, you're fuzzy. And even if you only have a little bit, I mean, like, just a little bit of fuzz is fine, too. It's all about how you work it, but definitely, yeah. Oh, yeah? I'll have to do that. I have not been on the Discord yet for the channel, but, I know that, I don't know, do you guys have to invite me or something, or is that the... Yeah. I don't want to do it while I'm playing. JC says he posted a selfie there a while back.
Yeah, everybody.
Matt, I did not choose the candy. It is one that I do enjoy, but mostly in other forms. There's a fine box of Reese's Pieces, which are not usually my first choice, but Reese's in general, I think, are probably the pinnacle of candy. Candy creation. The chocolate peanut butter combo, the saltiness and the grittiness of the peanut butter that they use. I've had plenty of people from the rest of the world tell me that American chocolate is for shit, but well, that depends, Matt. Which Smarties do you mean? Do you mean Smarties like you would get where you are, or do you mean Smarties like what we call Smarties over here? Yes, Reese's are the absolutely delicious peanut butter cups. And I've heard from a number of my Australian friends that peanut butter is something that they do not understand or tolerate for the most part. Oh, I'm so sorry. I get it. I know a lot of people who are allergic to peanuts. That's a much more common thing. Yeah, they are pretty bad, but I mean, Matt, every country's got its thing, you know? They're sort of a tradition for us. And I know you probably won't have to think too hard to come up with something of your own that you have that everybody eats simply because it's something that has always been done? Oh, fuck. And I'm dead. Okay. That's exactly right. Reese's Pieces. Yeah, my mom and I, before we ever went to see, oh no, they're gonna make me go do that whole fucking thing again? Fuck them. Fuck this game, man. And I think I just went the wrong way. Yeah, my mom and I read the book, the novelization of the movie, and it was M&M's in the book. And I thought it was funny that they changed it to Reese's Pieces afterward. Just goes to show. That's okay. Yeah, I don't have it. No. Yeah. Through the UK, Smarties are what we call M&Ms here. They wanted to call them Smarties here. They would have been Smarties here. But when they tried to... But Smarties already existed in the form of the chalky little sour tablets that we get at Halloween. So they had to call them something else. And they became M&Ms for the names of the people who own the company, Mars and whatever. Yeah, what's weird is, so we do have a chocolate candy that is sometimes called Smarties. They're not little pills. They're round. They're like little BBs. And they're this really waxy, terrible chocolate with a really thin candy coating on them. It's a very cheap candy. And sometimes I've seen them labeled, at least when I was a kid, sometimes they were called Smarties. Now, that might have been something... I mean, my dad was working in England at the time, and it might have been something he brought home to me. But most of the time, they're called Sixlets here. Do you like those?
Yeah, I love Sixlets.
I would like them, except I don't like the chocolate. The chocolate inside is so bland and kind of greasy. Like, it leaves like this coating of fat in my mouth. In my mouth.
Your mouth.
Yay, we love random trivia. I'm sorry, I keep coughing into the mic. I'll try and avoid that. Okay. Where the fuck I'm supposed to go? Down? See, there's a little bit of color in this game. Oh, yeah, Maltesers. Maltesers are very good. I have had those. The thing that I miss, the thing that I really miss, and I realize this is not candy. Alright, Randall, have fun. I've heard God of War is awesome. Take care, man. Hope I'll see you again soon. I can't get enough, Matt, of the fucking McVitie's digestive biscuits with the dark chocolate on them. I would eat those things until I absolutely popped. I can't, like, when I would get my hands on them, I could not stop eating them. That is some good stuff. And I really don't know why. I can't quite explain my my obsession with them. Of course, I can't have them anymore. I can't eat them, but of the things that I've tried, oh shit, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? That's one of the things that I tried to. And then I had like an Aero bar at one point that was pretty good. Yes, I have. I have had Tim Tams before. I think that they're very tasty. I'm also a fan of. I had a friend bring me a package of Jaffa cakes back one time that I thought were very tasty. I've not had a fair amount. When I was a little bitty kid, JC, I had one of my uncles and my cousin lived in Australia for about 2 years. And when they came back to visit for the first time, my cousin brought me back a sack just full of candies and cookies and various things. But it was so long ago, I can't remember any of it. What any of it was like, or any of the names, or any of the flavors or anything. So I have had Australian candy and a number of things, but what it was just didn't stick with me at all. And it's a shame. And one of these days I will go there myself and I will gorge myself on all the lovelies. Okay, here we go. I think we're finally moving somewhere now. And we're not. Dead end. Dead friggin' end. Well, that's where I came from, though. Okay. Is it here? Oh, I just heard something open. Yes. Yep, down the tube. Although we have a few really decent international groceries in Atlanta, and ooh, hello. Oh, this looks complicated. Oh my. Okay. Yep. You know what? I think I remember this too. I believe the idea is to move these blocks around so that they attain a certain configuration. But I don't know how I'm supposed to move them. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that's gotta go. I think the point. I have not had Vegemite. I've had Marmite before, which I'm led to understand is very similar. I didn't dislike it at all. It's not something that I want on a regular basis. It's not something that I would say I craved after eating it, but it was just sort of salty, and it tasted like well, I love there's an Amanda Palmer song that's all about Vegemite that where she says it tastes like tears. She says it tastes like sadness. And in a way that's kind of that is sadly kind of true. But I like the I like the flavor just fine. I'm not one to complain at all. Okay, now I think that was the idea there. That is so weird. That's really kind of fucking with my head. Vegemite was basically what most kids had on their sandwiches. You thought it was chocolate as a kid, but it was just... Tastes like sour disappointment and a childhood of regrets. I can imagine children being very... I imagine that your story is a fairly common one, JC. I would think though it's weird because like kids are funny about food, but okay, I think that's no, because it's gotta okay, hang on. Shit. Okay, I got it wrong. Kids are so funny about, like, you know, like, when your taste buds haven't completely developed. Ah, there it is, there it is. So... maybe it's... maybe it's this? Ah, I fell down into that thing. Well, yeah, see, that's how it was, that's how it was explained to me, that, like, yes, of course, if you take a big spoonful of it and just kind of pop it in your mouth, you're going to be disappointed, but that it's sort of like a lot of people don't like anchovies. If your experience with anchovies is that you take one of these salty fucking fishy ash, like Robin Williams said, it's like eating an eyebrow, out of the can, and you pop it in your mouth, yeah, it's going to be gross. But if you take just a little bit of anchovy and you add it to the right sort of thing, then it's absolutely fucking delicious. It can add a whole ton of flavor and wonderfulness to stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to creep on up here. This is gonna be a long walk. So yeah, diluted onto a piece of bread, I'm sure. I mean, when I tasted it, of course, I just sort of dipped the tip of my pinky in and tasted it. And to me, it wasn't bad. It had been built up for me with so many different things that I was just expecting this horrible experience, but it wasn't at all. That's right. Oh, seaweed snacks. But Matt, I'm with you. Yeah, sorry. Bearded console. I actually kind of dig the seaweed snacks, especially the ones with the sesame flavor on them. Yeah, I'm kind of all about it, man. Okay, yeah, so it stops at the bottom of this. Just the tip. Just the tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels. Um, okay. So I gotta get these guys. Okay, so we're gonna move you here. Move you there. Move you there. I got this shit figured out. Yeah, well, there's your problem right there. If it was expired, then... Yeah, that's unfortunate. I get it. I totally get it. It's a very... it's not something that... If you didn't grow up eating it, you know... It's not the kind of thing that's really going to naturally... that's going to be easy for you to take to... But I love that the fact that it tastes like the ocean is what's appealing to me about it. I mean, the first time I had sushi, that snap of the nori was one of my favorite things about it. Like biting into it and getting that softness, but like with a crunch to it a little bit. That kind of leathery sort of
Sorry.
No, you're okay. That was one of the things that really kind of drew me to it. So I was eager to try them when I first found out about them, and yeah, they're good for you and shit, and like they're cheap, and they're oh no, I've made a mistake. Okay, I have fucked up. So what else? We got to talk about. We need more gross food stories. I'm trying to think of things we have. Well, I mean, okay, so coming from the South, I mean, like the classic example from my end would be grits. It's a real simple dish, and it's one of those things that like I adore, you know, and I will eat whenever I get a chance, and I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel concerned about clogging up my my intestines a little bit, but so okay, so how? So that means we need Yeah, that's the thing. What I usually tell people when they gripe about grits is, have you ever had polenta? And most of them would be like, "Oh yeah, I love polenta," and I'm like, "Well, it's the same friggin' stuff, just about, almost the same. Grits are hominy, which is slightly different, but it's still corn. Hominy, 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 hominy," says Herb. What the fuck? Okay, I'm confused by this puzzle. I have enjoyed being from Louisiana. I've had alligator. I've had gator on many occasions, and yeah, alligator is tasty. You have to be careful to make sure that none of the fat or skin is left on it, because if you ever get like even a dollop of alligator fat in your mouth, it is the most vile, disgusting crap on the face of the earth. I had an uncle who used to catch them, and we would have some every now and then. It wasn't like a regular thing for my family, but we'd have it. I have never had kangaroo. JC, how is kangaroo meat? I'm interested to know, unless of course you say it tastes like chicken, and then So how do I get? How do I get? Tough to chew. Mistakenly given kangaroo. Nice cry. I had a meatloaf once that was made of ostrich. It was good. It was pretty tasty. I had a bite of rattlesnake once. I don't remember much about it, except it was kind of like... It almost tasted like seafood. It was similar to alligator, actually. It was kind of a little chewy. Mmm. Ooh, Matt, paella. Paella is good stuff. I got to have buffalo when I was in Wyoming. An elk. Oh yeah, yeah. I've had quail too. Well, it's not common. I mean, not very many people get game birds and game stuff. We used to. I had squirrel a few times when I was younger. My mother's father used to shoot him out in his yard, and he would skin him and make stew. Apparently, Mom says they used to eat it all the time when she was a little girl, but I think maybe I had it right the first time, guys. No. Okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. I got this figured out. Buffalo was had a lot of flavor. It was a little gamey. I felt the elk was absolutely delicious. It reminded me of when I was a kid in living in Mississippi. We used to get deer a lot from the like local hunters and stuff, and venison is when it's treated right is really, really delicious. And that's what the elk sort of reminded me of. It was a little beefier, but still pretty friggin' amazing.
Alright, 2 cups of rice?
What's that? Oh, you're doing it in the cooker.
Yeah, 2 cups of rice.
2 cups of rice, and then put it somewhere between 3 and 4 on the
Right.
on the thingy. Okay. Okay, I think we got it now. Squirrel dumplings? Well, now, I mean, this... My question was always, well, it's kind of the same question that you always get when you're eating game. I mean, I have seen... I was in a place once. We went over to someone's house. And there was this god awful, like, wet dog smell that was coming from the kitchen. They were cooking dinner, and no, this is wrong. I fucked it up. I'm gonna go up there and take a look anyway. And they were making a stew out of armadillo, which I don't know if you're familiar with that particular animal or not. But even at a young age, I knew that that was something that didn't seem quite palatable to me. And I knew someone who eventually tried it, and they said that it was delicious. But no, was not going to give that a shot. So, like, because I believe, I mean, I'd always been told, I don't know if this is true or not, that they carry leprosy. I don't know if that's right. I might be impugning the oh shit, no, that's way too high to jump. Well, fuck. What the fuck am I supposed to do? But I was always worried, whenever, we would come over and eat it. Like, don't some squirrels carry weird diseases and stuff like that? And apparently, yeah, sometimes they do, and parasites and things like that, but nothing ever came of it. It was pretty tasty. My mom, when she was a kid, she said that, she told me this, and I actually got to watch her do it. I did not, I can't remember if I actually tried it or not, but he would always, Papa would always leave a couple of the heads in, because Mom's favorite part when she was a little girl were the brains. She said she would crack them open like walnuts and eat the brains, and that they were sweet. So, yeah, there's that. This is a woman who also had a mink for a pet when she was a young girl, too. She said it used to take baths with her. Okay. So I can't get to it when it's there. If I put that down there and that over there, then I don't know. Look, I come from country, people. Needs to go down there. And that, I don't rightly know. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Well, at the time, you know, it's like she said, you gotta do what you gotta do. She also used to talk about Crisco sandwiches. That was like something that they used to eat. Didn't have a lot of money. And Crisco sandwiches were a thing, apparently. Okay. Put that up and this across. Is that what we're looking for? And then this goes across here. Okay, this is the only way. Do you know Crisco? Crisco is shortening. It's vegetable oil, but in the form like lard or beef tallow. I think I think my one of my friends said that at least in England they called it dripping because they would collect the fat from cooking beef to use as lubricant for for other cooking purposes, and that sometimes people would take it and spread it on bread, spread it on toast, because it had that that same sort of meaty flavor. This is not correct either. This is not the correct configuration. Oh my god, yeah. Now that oh, please. Vienna sausages. I mean, that's honest as baloney. That was lunch. I don't know how many times. Vienna sausages, a little bit of mayonnaise, white bread. That's good country eating right there. This is not... No, it's got to go up. It's got to go up. Crisco is lube. Just not if you're huh. Okay, did I inadvertently stumble on the solution here? Not if you're going to use any kind of protection, though, JC. Because I think Crisco is one of the things that will, like any of it's one of the things that'll apparently degrade a condom. I think that's correct. Oh, come on, Matt. Don't be a wuss. Weenie in a Bottle by Weird Al. I am a huge fan of Weird Al. I have not encountered Weenie in a Bottle. That sounds delightfully horrible. I'll have to see if I can check it out. Yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. We're getting out of this area. Weenie in a Bottle, and then my dad used to dig deviled ham in a can. It's a little potted meat. I used to eat it on crackers. My dad also got me eating sardines when I was little. Developed a taste for those. Only every now and then, though. I guess we just jump. Nice. Too bad you're finished. Where are we going, people? All right. I feel like we've been in these little ventilation ducts for a long time now. The tubes. Ow, fuck, more of this bullshit. I hate these things. Oh, lamb is good. Oh, hell yeah, Brazilian steakhouse. Oh, man. I died. We have one of those very near us that we went to on a date night one night not too long ago. And it was friggin' awesome. It was all you could eat for like $12, and you just go up and they lay these skewers out and carve meat right onto your plate. I'm all about that. And yeah, no, you're right, man. Lamb is awesome. Lamb with mint sauce, classic. Yeah, it's like the best part of a buffet. It's just like it's meat. It's almost all meat. Beautiful, lovely, artery clogging meat. As far as the eye can see. And then like a few little salad things and some beans and rice and stuff like that. Alright. Going down the shaft, guys. Cross your fingers. Oh, no! I guess not. Oh, this fucking sucks. No. Oh. You drink vinegar on a regular basis, man? No! I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, a lot of people have tried to convince me about benefits of like apple cider vinegar. I'm not entirely convinced. It seems like all of the evidence is really anecdotal still about it. And that the study they've been using to claim that it's good for you is a little suspect. But I like the taste of it, so the worst it'll do is maybe, eat the enamel off your teeth if you do it regularly. So why not if you like it? Oh, fuck me. Again, Matt, we were on the same page right there, and I just didn't see that you'd already said what... I'm really unsure how I'm supposed to be navigating this. But I'll keep trying. Okay. Oh, fuck. I don't even know what went wrong that time. Oh shit, you okay? Oh, you're setting up the table. Oh, damn. Yeah. I knew that was gonna kill me. One more of these and then I'm done. No! Fuck. Ah, fuck. I feel like I'm getting closer. But I haven't quite cracked. Yeah. Oh, please don't start me all the way back at that first one. Shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, okay. No! Oh. It's a lot more complicated than it looks. Oh, fuck. Okay. So I've realized what I can't do is cut corners right there. Excellent. Fuck yeah, come on. Ah. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Oof. That was intense. Yeah, hang on. I think I'm about to get to a new level here. Yeah, guys, we're going to eat in about 10 minutes, he says. Really not cool. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I'm at the point where I'm losing it for like stupid ass reasons. Okay.
Stupid ass reason.
Stupid ass reasons. Oh. Really? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Okay. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh no! No! It does kind of have that feel, doesn't it? Oh, fuck. Really? feel like we're close. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I agree. It does sound like, oh shit. Hello. All right, that's weird. That's weird. Ooh, okay. Deeper into madness. Oh. Oh no, what a total mindfuck. Okay, so for those of you who weren't here for the very beginning, this is the very first room. This is the room where you start at the very beginning of the game. After falling down that hole, you land on this little cracked platform here. So let's see. Are we actually back at the beginning again? Ah, no, we're not. Very nice. Nice. Okay. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Dodo Brains. You are awesome. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I have no idea. We're just gonna keep... Oh, shit. Okay. Everything's kind of speeding up a little bit. Awesome. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh, Dodo just gave you 20 bits.
Yeah.
Did it make the noise?
That's smart. It did.
Okay.
Yeah. Lucas let me know what the sound meant.
Oh. Okay.
My helpers let me know what the sound means. Sometimes sounds come and I do not understand them because I'm not privy to all of the ways of your people.
So when you're ready, let me know because we're going to do a raid on another channel.
Oh, yeah? Awesome. What do you mean when I'm ready? What do I need to...
Like when you're ready to stop.
Oh,
On the
okay,
spot,
sure.
And then we're going to raid and then get out.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, we're about to have dinner here here in just a second, which I know is kind of crazy given the time that we're in. But I think I've been going for about 3.5 hours, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good route for me. So I think we're gonna stop and eat. Look at you in your apron, all cute. Your little Starbucks apron. Sponsored by.
Oh, they can't see me.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna
Raid Randall.
we're gonna raid Randall apparently,
Yeah.
and I guess I'm gonna wish you guys good night because I'm certainly not coming on again because I have to go to bed not too long after this is done.
I might be a little later.
Herb is probably gonna jump on a little bit later. If I'm still awake, maybe we'll do something together. I don't know, or maybe he has plans of his own.
Alright.
But I've had a blast. Thank you for like really good conversation on top of playing the games. JC, Matt, everybody. I forget who all is in here now, but all of you are awesome, and I had a lot of fun. So cool.
Thanks for watching 3BG.
So thanks for watching 3BG, and you've taken away my UI, so I'm not sure how to switch off or do or do not.
Stick around for the raid, guys.
Yeah, I'll be back on again at some point, and I'll probably come and finish this, and then jump on and do some more weird artsy fartsy games for you, because those are my favorites. Good night, guys, all around the world. Have good nights. Take care.